If you came across this reading, this is what you need to know in the next 24 hours. So we're going to do an overarching energy first, and then right at the end we're going to do a specific card based on your star sign for sun, moon and rising. So we're going to get started now with the general overview of the energy. So what do you need to know for the next 24 hours? So there's definitely an element here of communication is the key. A lot of communication coming in today, particularly in the area of career and finances, particularly around the financial aspects. I do feel like this is going to be a little bit overwhelming, a little bit like, oh, I've got a lot of decisions, a lot of choices to make at one time. And it is going to make you feel a little bit uneasy, a little bit unsettled here. There is a lot going on though. You're going to have to emotionally disconnect yourself a little bit from these decisions, from these choices. And this is so you can get a level-headed response. Sometimes when things are heavily impacting our finances, heavily impacting us in general, it's very hard to see them logically and clearly. And I do feel like there is a way you can improve things for yourself. There's like this element of nervousness and fear here, a lot of anxiety surrounding it. Emotionally disconnect yourself a little bit from it. Either take a break, walk away for a bit, that kind of thing. But try and go, okay, I'm going to act rationally to this. I'm not going to focus on the outcome or what could happen or what might happen. I'm going to focus on all the facts I have available and all the knowledge I have available. Because I feel like realistically, although there is this sense of dread on this and worry with this, you can actually really positively impact your finances for the next few years if you kind of take it slowly, if you make the right decisions over the next couple of weeks. Because you are being offered a way out here. It may seem a little bit like financial loss to begin with, but this is because it's not really as worthwhile or as kind of set out as it seems to be yet. There is some like element here of disconnection, things not continue forward yet, and issues with communication for sure. So take the slow action, don't rush to action right now because you have a lot of things dividing your attention. I do feel like there's going to be lots and lots and lots of things going on that you're going to have to spend your time and energy on. So it's important to prioritize. It's important to focus only on the really essential, necessary things to begin with, and keeping your emotions calm because you have got a lot to deal with in a short amount of time, no doubt. But like, this is actually a really good new start for you, although it is a little bit more on the overwhelming side of things. But we're going to go on now to see what you need to know in general about what you need to focus on today and what you need to avoid. So what do you need to focus on today? Focus on how you communicate with others. Take it slowly. Make sure you are coming across as authority. So speak with confidence, speak with sincerity. It's okay to wait to speak. It's okay to take a step, take a breath, and then speak with authority rather than I don't know. It's better to just go, okay, I'm going to listen to what you said. Take a pause, take a breath, think it over in your mind, and then respond. So that way the people will take you more seriously. They'll listen to what you have to say a lot more. But the communication is definitely going to be the main thing to focus on here. It'll be the thing that causes the most issues later on because of misunderstandings, miscommunications. What do you need to kind of avoid though? Avoid harsh emotions. Don't like get emotional, as in like don't blame people for things. So instead of going, oh, that person hates me, that's why they're acting like this, just go, okay, this is an awkward situation, we're gonna sort it out. Don't see it as a personal attack, or don't kind of like mix up those kind of business stuff with personal feelings. So don't kind of rush to the conclusion that this person hates you just because things aren't heading in the direction you want, or just because people are acting the way you expect. sometimes things do go into slightly different directions, slightly different ways, and it's because we're having to kind of reconsider, rejig it towards a kind of momentum and the progression that's better for us. So there is some trouble ahead because of that, but I do feel like this is less about personal affronts, so it's less about people being annoyed at you, being angry at you, and it's more people trying to kind of see things from your perspective, see things from your point of view. So we're going to have a look into what you are manifesting today. So what are you manifesting today? What are you manifesting today? You're learning to take it slowly. And I feel like more than anything here with the Seven of Cups here and the Five of Pentacles, you are manifesting a new beginning with your finances, but it's almost like you're manifesting a lot of opportunities at once. Yes, it is a lot to juggle, but actually if you take the blindfold off, start seeing things a little bit clearly, you'll realise if you can slow things down, there is a lot of abundant opportunities here. Sometimes it's a little bit of a case of everything comes at once, like, you know, you wait for a bus and then 10 come at once, you know, that kind of mentality. You wait for one opportunity and 10 come at once and it becomes overwhelming. And I feel like that's really what you're coming on here. Like, you've been trying to manifest opportunities with finances and money, and they've just all rushed in at once, and it's just a little bit too much to cope with. But do understand, with a little bit of slowdown, with a little bit of time, you will sort all of these out so you can take advantage of those opportunities. But we have to kind of slow it down a little bit because you are having a lot of them coming at once. What does Spirit, though, want you to know today? So what does Spirit want you to know today? What does Spirit want you to know today? So all of these came out reverse. I don't usually take reverse, but I'm going to take them today. So we got the reverse of insight here. So you're not having as much insight as you should be right now on the situation. And with the reverse of the 8 of water of stagnation, this is due to rapid movement. If you imagine like you're trying to watch a film, if it was going at 10 times speed, would you be able to see all the bits? No. Like, if you put this video on 10 times speed, you wouldn't be able to like see all the conversations or listen to all the conversation in it. You'd miss half of it, and that's the reason why you're having problems with insight right now. It does need to be slowed down, but I feel like either you have a grandmother in spirit or a grandmothery figure, so like great grandmother or great great grandmother in spirit right now, who is trying to protect you, trying to help you, and trying to give you that guidance in spirit form. Because there is just, it's like watching a movie at 10 times speed. You're finding it difficult, you're finding it hard to slow it down, to understand what's going on. So spirit is actually coming in here today for you to try and help you understand a bit. Like, they can slow down time, like time is an illusion to them, and they can slow it down, and they can see it from all directions to help you progress forward with this. So this is very much this element of, we are coming in to help you. We've got the bottom of the deck here, we've got spiritual warrior. So they're coming almost in as spiritual warrior to help protect you, help guide you. But more than anything, more to do with guidance. So do listen to that intuition today. It's always a good idea to listen to your intuition, but particularly today, listen to it, because they're trying to come in with a lot of guidance here to help you slow things down, help you see things clearly. So we are going to go on to your money and career. I know it's been quite heavily money and career orientated so far. We're going to look a little bit deeper, and then we're going to do your love reading. So what else do you need to know about your money and career right now? So the Four of Wands here, there is a lot of a new path. Like, you are on the path of abundance, you are on the path of new beginnings, you are headed towards your 11-11 moment. I always see the Four of Wands as 11-11, as it kind of looks like 11-11 with like the 4 wands. But a slowdown is necessary. You may feel a little bit like you're missing out or you're losing out because as the universe starts to slow things down for you, but that really isn't the case. You have the power to pick up these opportunities again when you do have the physical time and the physical space and the physical energy to be able to deal with them. So see it more as the universe will be putting some things on ice for you right now, because it's a little bit too much to take on. It's a little bit too overwhelming, and you need a little bit more time to work through things. Is there anything else you need to know though? A lot of burdens right now, but I feel like they are things you can hold on to. Make sure you do pull back your energy a little bit at times. Give yourself a little bit of respite. Give yourself a little bit of downtime. Because I feel like the biggest risk here, I almost felt it before it came out, with the Four of Wands, the biggest difficulty or the biggest issue right now with your career and finance is burnout. So as we said before, because you've got all these opportunities coming in, it can get overwhelming and you can end up burning yourself out. So be aware of burnout. Give yourself either a power nap or 5-10 minutes break. Even set an alarm. Like if you're worried, like, oh, I've got too much to do, I can't have a break, set an alarm for like half an hour. Tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do this for half an hour and recharge. I'm going to have a nap or whatever. Put your alarm on and then do whatever it is, whether it's a 5-minute walk or whether it's like, you know, watching the TV for a bit or whatever it is. You know, get yourself into a little bit of a recharge mode for like half an hour or whatever to help with that, because otherwise you are just going to burn out, which will cause a lot more issues later on. So we're going to go on now to your love reading. So your love reading. What do you need to know about your love life in the next 24 hours? So we've got the Judgment card, indecision. You're dealing with somebody very romantically who wants to communicate with you, who's trying to communicate with you, but they're indecisive. They can't tell you what they want because they don't really know what they want. It's almost like you're going, tell me what you want, what you really, really want, and they just don't know. Like, they really honestly don't know. I do feel like they do want something long term. They've kind of already got that grasp of it, but it's like they don't have the words. Like, they need to start speaking more freely about their wants, their desires, but partly it's they don't have the words and partly they're just not used to it. So this is somebody who's finding it very difficult to express what they want for you because they know they want something long term. This isn't somebody who's avoidant about the idea of commitment or anything like that. They've just never really had a space that is safe or welcoming for them to talk about their feelings, their needs, etc. They've never really had that. They never really experienced that. And because of it, they don't really know where to go from here. You know, it is difficult for them. With the Page of Pentacles here, they are learning to express, to expose themselves more. So although this is a difficult change or a difficult time for them to go through, it is something they will be kind of expanding on. But their communication will grow over the next few weeks and months to actually explaining what they want and what they need. Little by little though, no big changes. You may feel a little bit devalued by them at times because of the issues with communication, but no, if they could, they would. They find it very difficult to express how they feel about you. So although it does feel like there is a lot of love here, them expressing it is very, very, very difficult for them. Like a little bit almost painful. Is there anything else you need to know about this though? You are the best thing in my life. I left before you could leave me. I'm waiting for a sign from you. I'm starting to understand our connection. So they're starting to understand the connection that is between the two of you, but they are very much looking for you for signs, for symbols, for like, basically for like when they express themselves, that it's okay, that you accept them, that you like, it's okay if you express yourself. They are pulling back because of this fear of like, oh, are you going to leave me? Are you going to run away from me if I express myself, or if I expose myself? But you are the best thing that happened to them in their life, and they really do love you. It's just a little bit of this anxiety with opening up. We're going to have a little bit look deeper though. We're going to have a little bit of look deeper. And we're going to get out the Book of Love though. What do you need to know about the Book of Love from them? I want to improve myself to deserve you. I want to improve myself to deserve you. So this person really wants to improve themselves. They want to become the person that deserves your affection, deserves your company, that kind of thing. So they are working hard to try and improve themselves, to get themselves to a point where they feel like they deserve your connection. I just don't feel like they're there yet. Like, they're definitely in this mindset of, I don't deserve this, like, I shouldn't have you. But we're going to have a look now into each of the star signs. So this will be each of the star signs from Aries, what you specifically need to know from your sun, moon and rising. But if you haven't already, let me know if you're enjoying this in the comment section down below. So, starting at Aries, what does everyone need to know today from the tarot? What is the Horoscope? The horoscope for the next 24 hours from tarot. So, Aries, beginning at Aries today, we have got the Page of Wands here. So again, issues with communication, particularly with people that are older than you. So particularly look out for people that are older than you. They may seem like they're more mature, so they should know more than you, or they should be able to understand more than you. But they are finding it quite difficult and quite hard to communicate. Next up, we have got Taurus. There is some trouble ahead towards you, particularly finances, but you can take the blockages out of this through careful planning. You're going to have some upheaval either way, but you can make this minimal problematically. You know, you can make it minimal problem, should I say. Gemini, people are starting to take you a lot more seriously here, like listening to your advice, listening to your opinion. Use this wisely, because I feel like it can really push your momentum ahead here. If you start saying, look, this is what I want, this is what I need, people will listen. Cancers. So, Cancers, instead of waiting around for somebody to communicate with you, it's time for you to take control, time for you to take action, time for you to dominate the situation. Leo. There is going to be a struggle. It's going to be hard work here to communicate with others. Yes, you are nervous about it. Yes, you are scared about it. But with a little bit of bravery, you can make this happen and move things forward towards your direction. Virgos. With the King of Swords here, you need to understand that there is action ahead. There is clarity ahead. You need to start to balance out your emotions here and understand how they affect your choices. Libras. A lot of good fortune coming in here, particularly any contracts or agreements that you come to this week. Up to the end of the month, I feel like, will bring in much prosperity later on. Scorpios. There is an element here of lack of enjoyment. You need to reforge that enjoyment, but there's a lot of lack of enjoyment of not really having time to enjoy yourself. I feel like this is a little bit self-imposed, but you have got a lot going on anyway. Sagittarius. A lot of new good connections coming in, very strong here. Some of you, this is with a Leo or another fire sign, but this is a very confident person who will help to bring you forward as well. Capricorn. With the King of Pentacles here in reverse, there may be some money losses. Some of you, this is due to your own actions. But I feel like this is like temporary losses, like you lose some and then 3 weeks later you get double back anyway, so you're kind of already going up anyway. So temporary losses, but it is a little bit of loss coming in. Aquarius, it's time for you to start speaking up for what you want, you desire. Take the blindfold off and start being clear about your wants. And finally, Pisces. You are juggling a lot at the moment. It's important for you to focus on one thing at a time, because if you don't purposely set down one thing to focus on another, you will end up kind of like missing out on one or making mistakes. Alright, I hope that helps you out. I will see you again soon, and please do take care.